Hey guys, Pierluigi here. In this video, we're going to talk about client communication and how to efficiently make a great experience for your clients to work with you. And this is something which I learned over the past 9 years working as a UI UX designer, since there's definitely a lot of questions and sometimes you might take things for granted which shouldn't. So let's talk about the different types of communication. The very first one is, of course, the text messages. So just sending maybe like messages via email or even WhatsApp, and those type of things could also be included in Slack. Now, when it comes to Slack and even Skype, I would actually put it almost in the same category. The benefit is that it's going to be faster to communicate on average compared to emails, because not a lot of people have the email notifications on, and usually these type of messaging are going to be more instant, and the messages overall are great whenever you need to communicate short messages. Essentially, whenever you need to communicate quick concepts, or maybe you need to share files and you have to like read through the file and basically spend some time on that. Maybe it's a design briefing or something like that. But it's not ideal whenever you need to talk about a larger scope or a larger project and those type of things, since those are going to be much better to discuss either via an audio or video call, which we're going to go at the moment in just a second. So one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that whenever you're dealing with a new client, especially, you don't want to just write them messages, because for whatever reason messages don't really build rapport and they're not ideal for communicating more advanced topics, and this is something which I learned over time. Whenever I started like with working with a new client, especially remotely, I would used to just do a lot of messaging back and forth. And although that might seem like you're saving time and also your client's time, it can actually be more problematic when it comes to working on projects, because sometimes just a quick call is going to solve and communicate much more in a smaller section of time. So that being said, another great tool which I highly recommend you to check out is Luma videos, because sometimes these can bridge the gap between a messaging and an audio or video call. And as you can see right here, basically Luma, what it is a software which is free, and you can do a screen recording either with your camera or not. And you can essentially just press play, and then once you're finished, you click on finish, and then you're going to have a link which you can embed also on Slack, on email, or even messages. So basically your client doesn't have to like download the video, you don't have to upload the video, since it's all in the cloud, and it's a very fast way to communicate concepts which usually I would say maybe take like between 1 and 5 minutes. But if something takes more than 5 minutes to explain over a Loom video, I would actually rather hop on an audio or video call with the client, because it's just more efficient. Even for a client, you don't want to send them over like a half an hour video and expect them to like go through it. It's going to be very boring and less engaging than an audio or video call. Now, when it comes to the difference between the audio and the video call, I believe that video call builds more rapport, but it's not really needed once you're like I would usually do a video call at the beginning and maybe like once in a while, but I would say that 90+% of the times that I'm working with clients, just audio calls and screen sharing, those type of things. So yeah, that would be enough, and just a very easy way to communicate. So to wrap it all up, I want to just have you focus on thinking about when it's actually beneficial to have text messages or instant messages compared to Luma videos or audio calls, because sometimes that can make a huge difference in the way that your client perceives and you, and especially how easy it is to work with the client and how easy it is for your client to work with you. Now, I also want to remind you that if you're interested in learning UI UX design, I just launched a free course on how to get started, and I'm basically sharing my over 9 years of experience for free in this very short course. There's no pitches inside or anything. There's also some free source files from my software tutorials on YouTube. So feel free to check it out if you're interested in this topic, and I'll see you in the next video.